1.
Hello everyone and welcome to College Week Live. My name is Ashley Challenger. I'm a junior here at Nova Southeastern University. My major is exceptional student education with a minor in speech pathology. I am also from Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Hello, my name is Stephen Alcide. I'm a junior here at Nova Southeastern University. I'm double majoring in criminal justice as well as international studies. I'm also a commuter student here from Miami.
So Stephen, what clubs and organizations are you a part of?
Wow, that's a great question. I'm part of the NSVA, which is the Nova Student Veteran Association. I'm also part of Alpha Phi Sigma, which is one of our honor societies here. I'm also part of Delta Epsilon Iota, and I'm also part of the Criminal Justice Club. What about yourself, Ashley?
I am actually a student ambassador on campus, as well as a Pan-Hellenic Council member, and I also used to be an orientation leader.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So do you live on campus or do you commute?
I actually commute. I've always commuted since freshman year. I wish I would have lived on campus at one point, but I always commuted, so.
Okay. Why would you like to live on campus?
I think I would have liked to live on campus so I could kind of get the same experience of living on campus and just being able to, hang out with my friends in the residence halls and watch movies together, even though I kind of did that anyways. I would just have sleepovers in my friends' rooms, so that was fun. I think it would have just been nice to get like a different view and kind of get the full college experience. I lived at home the entire time, and so it didn't feel like college at first until I finally, got more involved.
Right, okay.
So what's your favorite part at NSU?
My favorite part at NSU has to be like the student life. I like the way that we're a close-knit college, and the fact that everybody interacts with one another. We're very friendly at this campus, so everybody's always ready to reach out to you. So that's part of my favorite part, and as well as getting involved, being in all these clubs and organizations, you get to find out all the activities and all the events that take place on this campus. So you really get to enjoy yourself here.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I like the community and, getting the opportunity to just, join whatever you feel is fun or you're interested in. At first, I was kind of, skeptical about joining different things because I wanted to focus on school, but it was really nice to know that I was able to find something that helped me balance school and going to class as well as going to the job that I have now.
Okay, what made you choose to come to NSU?
Well, I did want to stay close to home. I love my family very much, so I wanted to stay close to home. But I also really enjoyed the fact that our class sizes are so small. I'm a very personable person. I like to get to know people. So being able to get to know my professor a little bit better than just being a number kind of made me feel more comfortable and starting at a new school and a new way of schooling, I should say.
Okay, I definitely agree, Ashley. Before I came to college, I was actually in the military. So I was looking for a close-knit school that I can probably expand on my horizons. And I found NSU to be exactly what I was looking for, and looking for that small classroom size and being able to talk to my professors and not just being a number within the classroom. So NSU was the perfect choice for me.
So what are your favorite classes right now?
My favorite classes, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a criminal justice major. I'm very passionate about the criminal justice field. Actually, right now I'm taking a interview and interrogation and report writing class, and it is extremely good. Yesterday, we just did this scenario in which I was able to interrogate one of the suspects in a case that we have. So we get on-hand experience at what we're doing, and it's really interesting to get that experience here.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And you?
My favorite class right now is one of, I mentioned earlier, I'm an exceptional student education major, so a lot of the stuff we do have an ESOL endorsement as a part of our academic, I can't even think of the word, part of our academics So we have a lot of ESOL courses that we take, and one of the classes I'm taking right now is on ESOL students and how we have to, focus on them inside the classroom as well as outside of the classroom. A lot of the times their parents are ESOL as well, so they speak another language as their first language. So it's kind of, it's a process of learning how to balance dealing with and helping the kid in the class, the student in the class, as well as helping them at home with their parents.
Wow.
So it's actually really interesting. We do have a lot of field hours that we have to do, so we go to different schools. Right now I'm at an elementary school, and I'm working with the teacher that is my coordinator, and she is, kind of giving me some tips to help when I'm dealing with parents as well as dealing with ESOL students and parents. So it's really just an eye-opener for me.
Wow. So it must be real great to get that experience while you're here at college.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's real great. So, like, you explained how, like, you're getting involved. What other activities you do here on campus?
Well, one of my favorite things to do is I'm a part of a sorority. The name of it is Delta Phi Epsilon, and every year we have an event called Mr. Fantastic, which raises money to help Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And so every year it's pretty much like a male modeling show where we get other students part of Greek life or part of if they're athletic, or any student who's willing to help out for the cause, and they get to pretty much dress up and model for all the other students, and all the students come out and they can watch it. It's for free to the students, but we do take donations so we can raise more money for this Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
That's interesting that you bring that up. I'm also part of Greek Life. I'm part of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. And actually this weekend this past weekend that just passed, we just did Relay for Life, which is to raise for cancer research. And we were out there from 3 p.m. to about 6 a.m. From Saturday to Sunday. And it was an interesting, real humble experience to be out there, to be able to help out. So I love activities where you can be part of an organization here or part of any Greek life, and that you get to reach out to the community as well as the people here on this campus.
I remember seeing you there walking around.
Yeah.
So another one of my favorite events is our Community Fest, which actually happens every winter semester, so around February time. And so it's actually really interesting because all of the clubs and organizations on campus get together and create different booths where they have face painting and last year they had like Nerf guns, so they they would shoot at like little targets and stuff. And so they have bounce houses, free food, music, performances, and it's all open to the community, the local community around Nova Southeastern University. So it's actually really cool because you kind of get to see the community interact with Nova as well as Nova organizations interacting with each other, graduate and undergraduate.
Oh, it's interesting that you bring that up, and that's during the winter. We also have something in the fall called Weeks of Welcome. I mean, it's during our first week in which we invite our incoming students as well as the students that's already here. And throughout the week, we have several events that take place. We have DJs out there, music, bounce houses, as she said. We also have like face painting, different parties throughout the weekend, or throughout the week. And things like that, just to get acclimated with the students here, as well as what you'll be seeing, organizations and different things of that nature. So that's interesting that you bring that up.
Yeah. So talking about free food, where do you like to eat on campus? Where's your favorite place?
Speaking of free food, I like to look for free food, and there's always free food on this campus here. Mainly I'll go into the Carl DeSantis building. Sometimes they'll have like events, things that's taking place. So there's always something going on here at NSU. And every other Thursday in the UC, or the University Center, as we like to call it, we have something called C Thursday. And during C Thursday, all the organizations are out, and they'll have different events going on, different games, and then food, of course. So there's always somewhere on this campus to get free food. So I take advantage of it.
I completely agree. One of my other favorite spots to eat when you can't find free food, which is never, but is the flight deck. It actually just opened up. It just finished being renovated. Before it was just our on-campus bar. It never served any type of food, but students could bring food into it. Now it is like a full-blown restaurant where it has burgers, chicken wings, turkey burgers, chicken tenders, all of that kind of stuff. And it also still has the bar side of it as well. Students in the state of Florida, it is 21 to drink, so you do have to have your own ID. But it is nice to go in there, and they have cabanas where you can sit outside and, swing back and forth. And like other little cabanas where you can study. So it's actually kind of nice. So you can grab some food, go hang outside because it's really nice weather in Florida, as you can see behind us. And just kind of hang out outside and study and do some homework.
That might be a great place to study.
Yeah,
I might use that.
It actually is really nice. And even at night, they have lights so it like shines down, so you can you can keep working and not have to worry about sitting in pitch darkness. So it's pretty cool.
Well, before that, I used to study in the library. That used to be one of my favorite spots to study in, just because it's quiet. We have one of the biggest buildings here in the state of Florida, in which is our library, the Alvin Sherman Library, and that is one of my fantastic places to study at. Where's your spots to study at?
Well, before the cabanas were open, I would sometimes study in the University Center on the second floor. They have like a little area where you can park your setup and plug into the wall because there's outlets all over the place, and just kind of sit there and study. It's very quiet. Sometimes they have like events going on, so if there's an event, I probably wouldn't study in there. But the majority of the time, I just go to the second floor and study. And there's plenty of windows, so you can still kind of get to see like the outside and not just be stuck cooped up in a room.
Wow.
So that's one of my favorite places to study. All right, so let's see. If somebody was watching from your high school, what would you say to them?
That's a great question. I like the fact that you bring that up. If somebody was watching from my high school, I would tell them, first of all, it's not a difficult task to get to what you aspire to be. Whatever dreams you have, if you think that you can't make it, I'm here to tell you or encourage you that you can. Coming out of high school, I probably didn't have the best grades. So as long as you're persistent and you put your best foot forward, you put that effort out there, there's always someone that's willing to help you out. And I've been fortunate enough to been given this opportunity to study here at NSU, and I'm taking full advantage of it. I'm now part of 2 honor societies, excelling in my academics as well as all the clubs and activities that I participate in. So if you just want to look on what I've done, anybody can do it. And yourself?
Good for you. I'm very happy for you, Stephen. I also would probably agree with everything you just said. Aspire to reach for the stars. Don't hold back just because you feel like you won't be able to achieve it. Because if you don't give it a shot, I'm trying to think of who said it, but you miss every single shot that you don't take. So I don't remember who said it, but I do remember the quote. I would actually have to say, I think if you have the idea in your head, go for it. Another thing that we like to talk about is how easy and somewhat nice it is to make friends at Nova. I know for myself, when I first came as a freshman, like I said, I was a commuter, so I was kind of nervous that I wasn't going to be able to, make friends right away and just go walk into a building or walk into my class and know somebody, because it's a completely different environment and a completely different school. And so when I first got here, I was kind of nervous and, kind of scared I wasn't going to be able to make any friends. But the first day at Weekos of Welcome, I met a bunch of different people from New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and some from other states as well. And then I also not met because I already knew her, but one of my friends from high school actually came here as well the same year I did, and I didn't even know. So it was kind of fun to see her and say, "Oh my God, hey, how's it going? I didn't know you were coming here."
Wow.
And so it was nice to see a friendly face, and so we kind of connected, and then everyone else that we met connected with us. So it was really nice to be able to come and feel welcomed as well as know somebody. So.
That's great. And just to piggyback off of what you said, I know it's difficult once you're coming into the college life, what friends it's a new area, new school. Am I going to be able to make friends? Here, we're a very friendly campus, as I mentioned earlier. Everybody is pretty much close-knit, so you'll know your peers, you'll know your individuals around you. Coming here, I was a little intimidated. I was coming from the military, as I said. I was a little bit older than the incoming class, but as soon as I came here, the first week, whether it was weeks of welcome or whether it was trying to find my way to the class, there's always juniors and seniors posted outside the areas. Very helpful to get you to your class. And once you get inside your classroom, you do your introductions with your professors, and you get along with your peers and your classmates. So it was really interesting to be able to transition into the college lifestyle. So I definitely found a new home here.
I know we're both from Florida, so it's kind of difficult to answer this question, but what is it like going to school in Florida? Why'd you stay here instead of going somewhere else?
I stayed here primarily, I would have to say the weather most importantly. I'm not too big on the cold.
Me either, so
but
it's okay.
Here we have the South Florida warm weather, the beaches. Everything is relatively close. We have many events that take place, whether it's on this campus or around this campus. There's always something to do, whether you like kayaking, skydiving, whatever you can think of. There's always a place to go do that at. So I find Florida very interesting, and that's the reason why I stayed here.
I definitely agree. I'm not a big fan of the cold. Even here sometimes when it gets like 50 degrees, I'm kind of cold. So some people look at me like I'm crazy. But hey, I've been a Florida girl my whole life. So I kind of just wanted to stay local. And, for my degree, for the most part, it is a Florida certificate when I graduate. Oh. So I would kind of have to technically stay in Florida until I would go to another state if I wanted to take their teacher examination. So it kind of just made sense for me to kind of stay here. But I just love the weather, and I'm also a big beach girl, so you'll find me at the beach on the weekends.
Got to be at the beaches.
Exactly. So how do you think NSU is preparing you to graduate?
I think this is the biggest thing at NSU that probably sets us apart from all the colleges and universities, is that here at NSU you get that experience, and you whether it's doing research with your professors or whether it's in the classroom experience, that experience that you gather here, all your professors are very experienced in their field. They're either currently in their field or either retired, so you get to get that knowledge from them. Speaking of my freshman year, just coming to this campus, I had this court procedures class, and my professor was actually a judge, and for one of our classes we were actually able to go off campus to the courtroom and be able to see how she presides over a normal court day. So, the experience here is phenomenal as far as once you go out into the real life, once you're looking for your job and they're asking you for that experience, you can be able to describe on a resume what you've done here at Nova.
I definitely agree. The amount of opportunities that I've been given since I've been here has been completely amazing. I've actually been able to, some of my classes were held in actual schools while, not while classes are going on, but like after hours. Mm-hmm. One of my professors, he's actually a principal at a local school. So sometimes we would go to his school and he'd show us, kind of the daily things that he would do and some of the responsibilities that he has as a principal. And it's kind of cool to, see all the different things that, happen not behind closed doors, but things that you didn't know before because you're in the process of learning all this information.
Exactly.
So it's really cool to have these field hours that I'm required to do for my classes, because it does give me that chance to be inside the classroom, being interactive with students, as well as working with kids, because sometimes, it's a lot different than what you think before going into it. So getting that opportunity to meet these teachers and meet these professors who have had experience in multiple different settings, whether it's schools or being a professor at a college, it's kind of nice to have that go-to person to even just get advice from about what you think you should do after.
Exactly. And as you speak about going off campus and going to other schools, what did it feel like when you first wore your NSU shirt outside? How did you get any responses? Did anybody approach you?
Well, actually, the first shirt that I ever wore was we call it a Shark Pride shirt. So it's blue, and on the front it says Shark Pride. On the back it says "Bite Me." And so when I was wearing that shirt, an alumni when I was at Walgreens came up to me and was like, "I have that shirt," and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And so they were explaining to me, it's actually the Shark Pride shirts have been a tradition here at Nova for quite a while. Oh. You have to go to a certain amount of sporting events to get one, so you have to scan in with your Shark card, which is your student ID, and you can receive the shirt after going to like three events on campus. Wow. So it was really nice to, kind of see that an alumni still recognizes, the shirts, because, not saying that they were old, but it's kind of nice to see how long the traditions have been here at NSU and how we keep starting new ones as well.
Exactly.
Have you worn any shirts yet?
Oh, I've worn plenty of shirts. I guess my first encounter that I can remember is when I wore a polo shirt with NSU across from it. And I was walking in the mall, and I had someone approach me, and they were like, "Oh, you go to Nova Southeastern University?" And I explained to them what year I was in, and they were really interested in coming to Nova. And so I pointed them into the right direction and got them the information that they needed, and they sound really interested about Nova Southeastern University.
Cool. So even a prospective student's point of view, asking questions about whether they're interested in showing up to the school.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
That's really interesting. So, speaking of sporting events, have you actually been to any sporting events since you've been here?
Recently, we had this sporting event over at the arena in the University Center. Our ladies just just became Final Four. So they made it pretty far, and I was able to get a chance to see that on in person, so that was
that's
really
basketball, right?
Yeah, that's basketball.
Cool. I actually I haven't done anything because I normally like to go to the volleyball games. I kind of like watching all the volleyball games. And what's another cool thing is that most of the sporting teams, they have days where you have to wear white. So it's literally just everyone who goes to Nova just wearing white shirts, and they sit in the stands, and it's like super cool to see because it looks just like a large blanket, just like covered in white. Wow. When we compete against some of the other teams or the other colleges that are local to us and kind of are like big rivals, so it's kind of fun to watch. All right, so if anybody has any questions, they can post to our comments. Even you can post to our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Nova Southeastern, as well as you can connect with any NSU students and all of our social media, like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google+,
Foursquare,
Pinterest, or even our student blog, which we have that some of our friends actually post in every once in a while at www.nova.edu/social. So it was very nice talking with you guys. Steven?
It was interesting talking to you guys.
I hope you guys have a great day and hope to see you soon. Go Sharks.
Fins up.
All right, guys. Hello here. My name is Willie. I want to thank our ambassadors for giving you a nice overview of the university and their college experience while they're current students here. My purpose today is going to give you a presentation about the university and just go over some different things about our school, the admissions requirements, and hopefully you get a nice overview. So sit back, stay tuned. We're going to get started here in just a second. Well, I guess while we get set up here, I just want to let you guys know my name is Willie again. I'm a recruiter here. And one of the main responsibilities I have is to go out and meet you all, prospective students out there, and basically tell you about the university, all of our programs, anything that we have offered here, and answer any of those initial questions that you have about our campus. We are located here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is very nice and beautiful if you're not from South Florida at all. And definitely you can keep in mind that once you're visiting the school, you can come by and do a campus visit, and you can come by and get any information that you need that we have for the university. So always keep in mind that you can go on our website, nova.edu, and get any information as well. But I'll be able to answer some of those questions here today. So the first thing we're going to do is start off with a brief video, and I'm going to slide out the picture, but don't leave because I'll be right back, okay?
It all started 50 years ago, inside a small storefront in downtown Fort Lauderdale. NSU had a big vision, to be a leader in education, and today we are a world-class, comprehensive doctoral research university. 17 students enrolled that first year. Now, 7,500 graduate every year. 27,000 students come to us from across the nation and around the world. Our students are making an impact in many disciplines across every state in America and 116 foreign countries, where they serve with integrity in their lives, fields of study, and resulting careers. We're proud to be the 9th largest private not-for-profit university in the U.S. With 18 schools of study, campuses throughout Florida and in Puerto Rico, online learning worldwide, the top-rated K-12 university school, and early childhood programs that help families thrive, plus arts and cultural enrichment programs for people of all ages. And not only is our library building one of the largest in the state, through a county partnership, it's open to the general public. Yet, we still keep learning personally, with smaller classes that average just 22 students, taught personally by professors who have earned the highest academic credentials in their field. And NSU's student body is one of the most diverse, consistently ranking at the top for graduating master's and doctorate degrees to minority students. We're proud to be strong in both mind and body. Our student athletes participate on 17 NCAA Division II sports teams and hold 6 national championships and 6 individual titles. They also sport academic GPAs that exceed 3.0 on average. NSU's impact goes far beyond the classroom. With more than 4,000 employees, we're Broward County's largest private employer, with a $2.6 billion impact on Florida's economy. We're also one of just 37 universities classified by the Carnegie Foundation for 2 achievement, for both high research activity and for being community engaged. We're working on over 230 sponsored research initiatives that could change the world, finding ways to combat cancer, harness stem cells, debut better treatments for Gulf War syndrome, autism, and cardiovascular disease, and save the ocean's sharks and coral reefs. We sponsor more than 2,000 different activities in the community, from dental and optometric care for underprivileged kids to health screenings for seniors. We also run medical missions, construct schools, and support disaster relief in Haiti, Uganda, Ecuador, and other places across the globe. So who knew that a tiny storefront 5 decades ago would end up touching hundreds of millions of lives across 50 states and around the world? We're dedicated, driven, and diving into exciting new waters each and every day, always with our fins way, way up. No matter where we go, no matter which path each of us pursues, we all share the founding spirit of NSU.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm actually back now, and we're going to continue on with our presentation. So, what are you going to learn about today? We're going to go over a quick overview of the admissions process, some of our student programs that our ambassadors highlighted, also some more that we have offered on campus, and how to get started, how to create a VIP page, how to apply, different sources for financial aid. So anything that you guys have any questions for, we'll hopefully cover that here today. Now, some of the things the video highlighted, but I just want to kind of touch on them more, is that we have 0 teaching assistants. Everyone that you're going to be with here is going to be your professor. They're going to have that work experience that you need, or that prior experience in teaching and faculty and staff that's going to make it worth it for you learning. We have over 150,000 alumni, and the 50-year anniversary is actually now, today. That's why we were started in 1964, and we're celebrating that because we're still a young school, but yet we still have so much more to do and so much more to gain. And that's why when we have new students like you coming in that are going to shape the future in the way that we have more opportunities for our students in the future as well. We have a 300-acre campus, which is our main campus here in Fort Lauderdale. And a lot of the different things that you can do on campus regarding our university center, which has our gym, our cafeteria, from our library, our business school, all of those are different avenues or facilities on campus that all of our students can enjoy. In addition to that, our class sizes here are very small. So you don't have to worry about a 300-room auditorium trying to learn biology or physics. We only have a cap of about 22 students per average class size, and that is really crucial if you're thinking about the way you learn and you really like to have that one-on-one interaction with your professor. You can get that here at NSU. We are Division II athletics, so all you sports and athletes people out there, keep that in mind. If you decide to become one of our NSU Sharks, we'll come out there and support you. And for those of you who are not in Florida, like I said earlier, sunny South Florida here, wonderful weather, average 77 degrees, no snow shoveling here for us. Now, we do have smaller class sizes, which, like I said, deliver bigger results. And for you guys thinking about different majors out there, this is a list of everything that we have. Now, there are multiple majors under each section, but everything from business, education, humanities, to our math, science, and technology, we offer those degrees here for you. And we specialize in our bachelor degrees here, as well as master degrees and even doctoral degrees. So you can start all the way from the 4-year up until your post-baccalaureate degree and get everything done in one place. And a lot of our students do benefit from that with a program that we have called dual admissions. Now, what this does is allows you to reserve your seat in the bachelor's program and reserve your seat in the graduate program of your choice. So as a list, we have over 30 dual admissions programs you can see there. But for an example, if you wanted to be a doctor, you would come to NSU and probably major in our biology, pre-med major. And then if you knew you really wanted to go on to medical school, you could apply for our dual admissions and have your seat reserved in our osteopathic medicine program. So it eliminates that step in waiting and guessing to after your 4 degree is completed. So that's our dual admissions, and you can definitely take advantage of that and see all the requirements on our website, nova.edu. In addition, we have an honors program here. So those of you in honors programs now or AP courses, you can continue on in the collegiate route in our honors program. And keep in mind, we do have a lot of perks for being an honors student here. You get to register first, you get to meet with our distinguished speakers backstage, and also you get to have a more enriched learning environment. A lot of students ask me, is the honors program harder? I wouldn't say it's harder, it's more challenging. It is student-led type of courses, so it's probably even smaller than our 22 class sizes, usually about 9 to 12 students max. So you can only imagine being able to have that personal touch on your education, being able to drive the curriculum and understand something a lot different than you would have before. So college is definitely an avenue for you to continue on in honors, and you can definitely benefit from being in our honors program here. And on top of that, you graduate with honors. So who wouldn't want that designation on their transcript when they finish? Clinical exploration. For you all thinking about learning more hands-on with your career choices, we offer this program free to students. Allows you to shadow some of the professions that you see here and get to see a good day, a bad day, kind of everything that you would confirm what you want to do when you grow up, or maybe even help you understand, hey, maybe I want to change my mind. This is a type of program that allows you to do that. You can set this up even from your freshman year and really get a chance to shadow some of the professions here. So for all you medical students and some of the other programs that we have here, keep that in mind as you come to NSU. Research opportunities as well. Research is key now, definitely for people in the psychology field, in the research field, medical field. Getting published is what's going to get your name out there. So if you like to write, whether that's journalism or even, like I said, medical aspects, you can work with your teachers on different programs or projects that they're working on and get your name published and probably get recognized by some of the leading journals that we have in the area. And even if you want to do something small and local, we have an NSU newspaper called The Current. So you can definitely publish and get your articles through there as well. So keep in mind, researching and opportunities are here for you. And you can work with your professors and do a lot of independent research here and get yourself recognized. Travel study. One of the good advantages about coming to NSU is that we promote you to get going on other campuses throughout the world. And we have those opportunities here for you to gain college credit while you are going to NSU, but you get to transfer those back to everything that you've done. And hopefully you keep that in mind, that as you want to go on to school and study, you can keep that in mind as you study and learn everything else regarding across the world, from Spain to Mexico, Dubai. These are just some of the places we've gone. You might even be able to go to some other places yourself. All you have to do is work on the curriculum with your academic advisor, get it approved, and hopefully you'll be able to enrich the NSU community with everything that you've learned. I think one of the most important things about an issue, as well as the student life. So being able to fit in, being able to be a part of something else other than your typical class, going back and forth to school and maybe home or back to your room. One of the things I definitely would recommend is over 120 clubs and organizations. As you can see, we have academic, we have community service organizations, we have leadership organizations, multicultural organizations, just about everything that you can think of to get in. So it's really beneficial for you to get involved and stay involved. Now, you can do this in your freshman year, or even if you wait till your senior year. There's never a wrong time to step up and get involved with clubs and organizations. Another good thing is while you're a member, you also can be an executive board member. So whether you want to be the next president of SGA or the next president of the debate club, or maybe one of the fraternities or sororities on campus, you can take that extra step in being a member and being an e-board member, and just really get involved with volunteer services, community affairs, and a lot of other opportunities that allow you to give back as a student. Now, living on campus, and that's a big step for you guys that are out of state, or even some of our local students. If you want to talk about that, we're going to go into some of the top 10 reasons to live on campus right now. Number 10, you can walk to class in your pajamas. So if you wake up 5 minutes before class, brush your teeth, grab the books, you can head to class in your pajamas, be comfortable, and come back to your room and maybe take a nap before your 12 o'clock class. Also, no traffic jams when you live on campus. Your room is here, so you get to have easy access to the university throughout all of the buildings without worry about parking or driving. We do have parking for our students, and we do have open lots for you, but when you live on campus, it eliminates all of that. Number 8, you get free food, and you get to support your resident advisor and their programs. A lot of different programming events throughout the year for you to get involved in and just become a participant of your floor, to get to know your residents. And just to let you guys know, I lived on campus, and it was a very, very good experience for me as well. And you get to walk back and forth to your room, like I said, between classes. So if you didn't want to hang out around the university center or the library, you just wanted to cool out, you can definitely go back to your room and just kind of relax, turn on some music, check some emails, and get back to your campus, you're back to your classes whenever you're ready. So number 6 is students that live on campus are more likely to graduate. Why is that? Because everything is here for you. You never have to leave and have to worry about coming back to study after class. You can take advantage of the quiet spots on campus, our libraries, our different spots in the university center on the 2nd and 3rd floor that a lot of students have their group study sessions. When you're on campus all the time, there's really a lot of avenues for you to stay focused and stay connected with your classes and coursework. And number 5, all of our resident students get to have free laundry, cable, phone access, and other utilities and internet. So this is definitely a big plus. And free laundry is definitely a big plus for me as well, because you can only imagine having to put a quarter in and watch your machine go on, and hopefully time it right to get your clothes out and get it into the dryer. Here, there's none of that. You get a website or a PIN access, and you can check whenever a machine is open or finished. You can get a text message to your phone and let you know that your load is done. And with the free laundry and free phone and cable, it takes a lot of the hassle about having to pay for that on your own. Number 4 is you can keep your car on campus too. So our freshmen, yes, even freshmen, you can bring a car on campus, and all the way up to your senior or even graduate program if you stay on campus throughout graduate school. You can have your car here, and we have special lots for you guys. So that's definitely a big plus. A lot of students bring their car and want to be able to travel in and out and around the area. We're located central to Miami, central to the beaches of Fort Lauderdale, and also a lot of great spots for you guys to hang out. And number 3, residential staff is available 24 hours a day. We do have public safety on campus. We do have Navy police on campus. It's a very safe community for you. So keep that in mind, and you always have someone you can talk to if you have a problem or an issue or just need your light bulb change. You can talk to your residential staff, and they will get everything handled for you. And students who live on campus get better grades. Again, this goes back to being able to study, going back to stay always connected to the university without any distractions between what may happen after class and going home, or trying to come back to class. While you're here, you're focused and you're good to go. And number 1, you get to have the ultimate college experience. Not to say you can't do that if you live off campus, But like I said, when you're here, you know where all the events are going to happen. You know everything that happens before the commuter students. So it's just a good way to have the ultimate college experience between living on campus, all the avenues for residential life and housing, and all the other campus events that other organizations keep going on for you. So, some of our other benefits living on campus, what we'll talk about is our dining, our shuttles, and our security. Dining, we have meal plans here, but it's not broken down to where you have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have what's called declining balance. So what that does is you take your ID or your shark card and you actually swipe it wherever you want to eat. We have Subway, we have a smoothie station, we have Starbucks, we have a salad station, we have a pizza loft, which is our pizza spot, Einstein's, a whole bunch. I can keep going on and on. Which the good thing is when you have declining balance, you go ahead and swipe your ID, and it's sort of like having a debit account. It subtracts it out, and you just swipe and go. So if you need that mojo in the morning or if you need that afternoon snack, don't worry. You just go ahead and swipe your card and you can eat. Our shuttles on campus are free for students. You just flag one down. We also have different services where you can call the phone number and see when the next shuttle will be in your area. So just make sure you keep that in mind. You can utilize the shuttles as well. Now, I will let you know here in our campus, although it's 300 acres, it's definitely very enjoyable to walk and get around the university on foot. So don't be afraid to walk through the university center and walk to class. You can definitely see a lot and connect with your friends on that way. But if the heat is too much for you, you can catch a shuttle as well. And they arrive about every 10 minutes or so. And you can check the availability of the shuttles by calling at the stop numbers you're located at. And back to our security, we have security 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And this is definitely crucial for you to be safe while you're on campus as well. We have a ton of cameras, a ton of staff with our public safety, and with your shark card that is required for you to enter in buildings, enter in certain parking lots. So there's a lot of different safety mechanisms in place for you. For one, to keep the university community safe and to keep you, the students, safe. And also, if you have any personal worries or anything else, you can always call public safety to be a personal guide to your car at night or back to a facility that you're walking to if you need to feel safe. So, for everyone that's outside of South Florida, just some of the things I want to highlight here. We're 15 minutes away from Fort Lauderdale Beach, and we're about 15 minutes away from the Everglades. So if you have an idea to go see some nice alligators out there, crocodiles, whatever's out there, I won't be there, but you can go check that out. And we're about 30 minutes from South Beach, 3 hours from Orlando. If you want to go say hi to Mickey for me, maybe bring me back a souvenir cup, you can. In addition to that, some of our open activities, we have open air concerts and festivals on campus. Depending on the year, or not the year, the semester rather, depending on the semester, you may have 3 or 4 events major, and you can definitely check those out as an NSU student. Some of them are free, some of them they do cost, but as long as you have your Shark ID, you can get a discounted rate as well. Kayaking, surfing, scuba diving, just about anything that you can imagine with the water, and world-class shopping. There are a lot of outlet malls here. There's a lot of different designer, Ball Harbor, different things in Aventura, some of the spots you guys can go to get the latest in fashion and really stand out while you're here on campus. So athletics, from our athletes out there, and we are Division II, like I said. As you can see on the screen here, this is a list of all of our sports teams, men and women. Common question I get is, hey, I don't see football up there. We do not have a football team. However, these are all the other sports you can participate in. And hopefully, if you are a member of the NSU Sharks Athletics, we can come support you while you're here on campus and definitely keep your fins up while you're representing the university. And just so you know, with our academics, our athletes are some of the smartest students on campus as well. They usually averagely maintain a 3.0 overall GPA. And some of the other accomplishments you can see on the screen there is some of our men and women's team our golf teams have won national championships. They've gone to their conference championships. So our athletics is both a balance of academics and having fun on and off the court. So keep that in mind while you're researching our athletics programs. And even if you're not going to be an athlete here, guys, other students, you can come by and support and go inside the events and really give them your support if you have friends or other college buddies on the teams as well. Give them that support and be there for them in the Shark crowd. Now we're going to get into the admissions and financial aid part. This is probably the key for you undergraduate prospects here. This is what you're going to need to do in order to apply and what you have to look forward to throughout our admissions process. The first thing is we're going to look at some of our averages here. And our average high school GPA is a 3.84. Now, we do look at the weighted GPAs for you guys out there in high school. We're going to take your best average, so we can look at your junior performance, or if you want to wait till your first senior quarter performance is in, we can look at that as well. Our average SAT, which is just our math and verbal sections, not the writing, is about a 1076. And the average ACT composite score is a 24. And our average college GPA is a 3.12. So these are averages. They do vary depending on what program you're in, how your high school is set up, different grades, different testing environments. However, we do recommend highly testing again if you need to, sort of meet that merit for us. We do super score, so we will take your highest of each section. So keep that in mind as you take your SAT or ACT test. And with your high school performance, definitely focus and drive hard these last few years while you're in high school, because as you graduate, you're going to be making your transition on to college, hopefully here at NSU. So you definitely want to give it your all your last few years in high school. Now, this is our tuition for the current year. Now, this may change as the years come, but we're looking at a full-time tuition example here of $24,750, and that's a flat rate. Not a lot of schools offer that. Here at NSU, we definitely pride ourselves on being able to give the same price to in-state students and out-of-state students, which is one of the reasons why, being a private institution, you can take advantage of that. So whether you take 12 credits or 36 credits, or the way I like to look at it per semester, 24 to 36 credits. The way I like to look at it is 12 to 18 credits per semester. That's 4 to 6 classes. It's all the same rate. So whether you want to do that now and take 4 classes in your fall, or take 6 classes in your winter, which is what we call our spring term, you can do that as well. Now, for you off-campus residents that will be living on campus, you add in your housing there, and that will be your grand total regarding your tuition and regarding your housing aspects. So your meal plan is rolled in there along with your double occupancy room. We do have singles on campus if you guys are inquiring about that. And depending on the school year, you do change residence halls as you go up in school year. So financial aid 101, some common questions or some things that you guys should know about financial aid. What is a grant? A grant is money provided with no financial obligation, is usually given on financial need or merit base. So different grants are out there for you to apply to. Some you automatically qualify for, depending on what the results are of your FAFSA, which I'll go into in a little bit. And scholarships. Everyone knows you shouldn't pay for a scholarship. Scholarships are given to you. You can apply to them. There are a host of scholarships out there from different companies. The university actually has a website, nova.edu/financial aid, and you can see our list of external and internal scholarships. So I definitely recommend you to apply to them early and apply to as many as you can, because there is a lot to go around, but you definitely have to work hard for them. And what's a student loan? Student loan is borrowed money. That is money at some point in time after you graduate and you're out there in your career, you will have to pay that back at a certain time. And with federal work study, this is money that is given to students to work on campus. So like our student ambassadors were here, they have federal work study, other positions on campus that allow you to earn money while you're a student. And those are federal work study programs. And you get to put that money in your pocket, whether it's for gas, or you're going to put towards tuition, or you're going to buy your next book for class as well. So that is definitely money you can earn while you have federal work study on campus. So the admissions procedures. The key is to apply. And when you apply, we are not a part of a common application. You have to go to our website, which you can see there at www.nova.edu, and you will submit an application. Basically, it takes you about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your internet speed and depending on how fast you answer the questions. And just some initial information about yourself, your schools that you've attended, program of study that you plan on doing. And once you submit your application, you will hit complete, and that will send it to our university for review. Now, in addition to your application, we will need your transcripts. We can have unofficial transcripts, which means one that maybe you fax over, or one that you get a copy of, or official transcripts, which means one that you order from your school. Sealed envelope, not opened by anyone else. We open it here, stamp it official, and we can review your academic record based on that. Like I said, we can review your junior performance, and we can review your initial senior performance, and for my college transfers out there, we can review college transcripts as well. And for test scores, back to my high school, for test scores, these are the codes that you need to submit as well when you're taking the test, and put in our school code to receive them. For the SAT, we have 5514, and for the ACT code is 6706. So jot those down and make sure you put those on your school code transcript, or not transcript, your test score request to be sent to NSU. So the combination of those three will get your application reviewed to us and definitely allow 2 to 4 weeks to make a decision. And pending that decision, we will communicate with you via email, also via communications on your VIP page, which I'll go into in just a second. So you'll always be informed. And the best part of this, you have an admissions counselor to work with you throughout the process. So if there's ever something you need to check on the status, you can contact your admissions counselor and contact the Office of Undergraduate Admissions and get any assistance that you need throughout that time. So, other places you can look for financial aid or other opportunities are churches, professional organizations, government agencies, private foundations, or even the military. Always keep that in mind as you research, and you can go to different websites and make sure that you are receiving different listserv memberships for scholarships or anything else that can kind of get you that edge and apply to them early. Other places, researches where you can research is the library, the local chamber of commerce, or just like I said, general Google search. But just make sure you are cautious and careful of what you're researching and applying to. Should not be submitting any payments for a scholarship. Definitely NSU recognizes formal scholarship recipients, so that goes to your account or it goes to your tuition rather when you receive a scholarship. So make sure you keep track of all your documentation and you can send that to the university for any scholarships that you do receive. Now, some of the scholarships that we have on campus now are our Dean Scholarship, our President's Scholarship, also Phi Theta Kappa, which is for transfer students, and Razor's Edge. The requirements are over to the side, as you can see over there. The Dean Scholarship is awarded automatically, so you do not have to apply for it. Only thing you have to do is submit the documents that I stated earlier, your transcripts and test scores, and we will award you based on your academic merit. The President's Scholarship is a full tuition award, and as you can see some of the requirements over to the side there, that is awarded to our students that meet those academic merits. So definitely it's one of the biggest ones here that we have and very beneficial if you are able to obtain this scholarship. Phi Theta Kappa is more of an honors program scholarship for transfer students. For being a member, we will give you $1,000 if you show us proof of membership or your certificate. And for all of my leaders out there definitely getting involved in your community, in church, and in school, keep doing that, because we have Razor's Edge, which is a leadership scholarship, and that's $10,000 towards your tuition, towards your housing, and your meal plan. And you get this as long as you maintain that leadership quality while you're here on campus. And you get to do different leadership activities to compete for this scholarship. And once you're chosen, you get to bring in the next wave of Razor's Edge recipients as well. So between these alone, you definitely can have enough financial assistance to attend NSU and definitely make it worthwhile for you to compete for our scholarships and be the best you can be. So, when you apply for financial aid, you need to complete the FAFSA. Usually you complete this January 1st of your senior year. This is our FAFSA code over here to the side, 001509. And that website is a website you will go to. You'll create a username, password, and PIN. You probably will need your parents' information as well, but you complete the FAFSA, and that submits financial aid to us as well. And for our Florida residents, we have what's called FRAG, the Florida Resident Access Grant. So that's a grant given to you just for living here, which is awesome. You do apply to that through our financial aid department. And planning ahead are some of the different things you can look at to the side here. Our net price calculator, our early estimator award. This is different things that kind of help you and the family plan exactly how much it's going to be to attend college, and more specifically to attend Nova Southeastern University. So take advantage of all these different avenues and complete your FAFSA as soon as possible with your information that is needed. Like I said, you might need your parents' information, tax information. You might need your own if you're working part-time right now. So keep that in mind as you complete this. And customizing your VIP page. This is the final step, or basically the first step for you guys to get connected to the university. This allows you to sort of pick your interest with the university, your majors, different things that you might want to learn about, as well as get connected through the university when we send out communications for our open house, for our different events that are coming on campus, different online chats that we have. So you create a VIP page, and this will allow you to have a username and password. You can log in, and this keeps you connected throughout the admissions process because you can view your checklist for your transcripts, your test scores, and if you have any questions, like I said, you can contact your admissions counselor, and they'll be more than happy to help you out throughout the process as well. So get online, create a VIP page today, and make sure you stay connected to the university. I want to thank you guys for coming and logging in to see our presentation today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Myself, Willie as a recruiter, and also our student ambassadors that were here earlier. Please feel free to log on to our website, www.nova.edu, if you have any further questions. And just stay connected. We have a lot of different events coming up, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a good day.